the Columbian Exchange. Anybody has ever heard of this term before?
No, sir.
Anyone? Any of you?
No, sir.
So it's the first time you're hearing the word Columbian Exchange.
Yes, sir.
All right. So today we are going to learn about the Columbian Exchange. Now, the Columbian Exchange is the exchange of plants, fruits, diseases, from the Western Hemisphere to the Eastern Hemisphere, and from the Eastern Hemisphere to the Western Hemisphere. What event would have led to the exchange of plants and food and diseases from the Eastern Hemisphere to the Western Hemisphere?
Sir, the discovery of the New World.
We don't use the word discovery.
The voyage to the New World.
The voyage, that's a good one. So the arrival of Christopher Columbus to the New World would have led to the exchange of goods, fruits, vegetables, all of these different stuff from the east to the west, and in return also diseases, and also they are going to take things from the new world to the old world, right? And so this phenomena is called the Columbian Exchange. And the reason why it is called Columbian, because Christopher Columbus was the first, well, the first European to arrive on this side of the world. That is what we have been told, right? We have other, when you reach the sixth form, they are going to tell you that is the Vicars were the first to come to this side. But for now, it is Columbus. Let's see reason why. I don't know why Sexy don't update the syllabus. So you just do one thing instead of every time you go up the ladder, they teach you something else and you say, but this is not what Mr. Hall. And then you go to sixth form, you tell the sixth form teacher that Mr. Hall tell her that is Christopher Columbus was the first European. And then, ladies, we say Mr. Hall don't know history, but that is what is on the syllabus. There are studies out there that the first Europeans were the Vikings, and they came to this side here. Iceland, I believe this part is Iceland. This is where they would have settled, and parts of Canada, the Vikings. And also some people are against the Africans came, but we are not interested in that today. What we're interested in is the exchange of goods, fruits, vegetables, everything from the east to the west and from the west to the east. Western Hemisphere, Eastern Hemisphere. Now, Columbus' voyages may have had greater consequences biologically than culturally. That is what it is argued. I believe it is both. And so the Columbian Exchange was coined to describe the worldwide distribution of plants, animals, and diseases that resulted from the initial contact between Europeans and the natives. So when we talk about natives, who are we making reference to?
The
Indigenous peoples.
Indigenous people. Very good. So with the arrival of Christopher Columbus, we are going to have food, plants, animals, diseases that are going to exchange between both sides of the world. Now, let us look at some of the things from the old world, which is Europe, to the new world. So let us look at some of the plants that are going to be transferred. Somebody please read this for me, please. Someone please read it.
Old World Europe to New World Americas. Plants. Rice, wheat, barley, oats, coffee, sugar cane, bananas, melons, olives, dandelions, daisies, ragweed, Kentucky bluegrass.
Very good. So for these are some of the plants or fruits that is going to transfer from the old world, Europe, to the new world. So they are going to bring, Europeans are going to bring to the new world, the Americas, they are going to bring rice, wheat, barley, oats, coffee, all of these different stuff, even bananas. Most of us think banana is indigenous to the Americas. It is not. Even watermelon. Watermelon is not. So thank you very much. Let us look at some of the goods that are going to go from the new world to the old world. Reader for me, please. Someone is reading, but your mic is not clear.
Avocados, peanuts.
Edward, your mic is having a little problem. Someone else for me, please. Marcy, you want to go ahead? Or Edwards, your mic fixed?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead for me.
Okay. Avocados, peanuts, corn, potato, white and sweet, beans, snap, kidney beans, lima. Sir, what's that word? Cocoa,
Cocoa, yeah?
source of chocolate, chicle, source of gum, pumpkins, pineapple, guava, squash, tobacco.
Right. Who you believe contribute, who are the best fruits and vegetables in terms of the transfer?
The Americas.
You find the Americas?
Wait.
Yes, that is your opinion.
No, sir, Europe.
You find Europe? What you like most about Europe? The rice?
No.
And the bananas?
Healthy.
Repeat for me.
Sir, they're on the healthier side.
Oh, the Europeans are on the healthier side?
Yes, sir.
I find both are on the healthier side. So you don't find pineapple to be healthy?
Sir, avocados are not healthy. Peanuts not healthy. What else?
Not, but we have the nicer stuff in the Americas. The indigenous people would have used all of this. Now, ladies, I want to ask you, when your parents send you to the shop, why they send you to buy Irish potato if potato is from the Americas? When did it, how potato became Irish?
Sir, maybe it was imported from Ireland in Europe.
Who imported? But remember, I know that from here, potatoes are original to the Americas, and it was transferred from the Americas to Europe. Then How is it
Take
that the
every
Irish took control of the America's potato and call it Irish potato? You don't see that they steal the indigenous people's stuff from Ireland, food, and call it Irish potato?
Yes, sir.
Of course, it's teeth and teeth. Look at this. Kidney beans. Which one of you like? This is what we call the red peas. I wonder if this is correct. Kidney beans. Because how the indigenous people would have cooked the kidney beans. Yeah, they could boil it. So these are some of the exchanges. Let us look at some of the animals that have been exchanged from the old world to the new world. Go ahead for me, please. Somebody please read. It means your mic is giving a little problem. No, it's not working.
Old World Europe to New World Americas. Animals, horses, cattle, pigs, sheep, goats, chickens.
All right, so thank you very much. So when we look at things like horses, cattle, pigs, sheep, goats, chicken, these are a lot of animals that have been transferred from the old world to the new world, to the Americas, right? And most of these things are killing people today. The pigs and the chicken and the goat and the sheep. Let us see who would have transferred some of the nice animals from the new world to the old world. Go ahead for me, please.
New World Americas to Old World Europe. Animals, llamas, alpacas, guinea pigs.
So we see that we had the transfer of things like the guinea pigs from the old world, from the new world to the new, sorry, from the new world to the old world, from the Americas to Europe. Not only did they
Why isn't
transfer,
there, sir,
go ahead.
why isn't there any more llamas in the new world?
Yes, sir.
Repeat.
Why
What?
isn't there any more llamas or alpacas in the new world?
Why they were in the new world and not in the old?
No,
Why are
I
there
where
today?
Everybody mic is giving problem today.
sir saying where are the llamas today in the new world, the Americas?
If you're going to Central America and South America, they are there in large abundance.
Sir, they originated from South America.
Yes. So you'll find them in South and to some extent Central America. You'll find it along that area, but not in the Caribbean. All right. And a lot of people use the guinea pig for as pet. Any of you ever eat it before?
Repeat,
Anybody
sir.
has anybody has ever eaten the guinea pig?
If you ever had a guinea pig,
To eat.
eat.
Yes.
No, sir.
Why?
So you say that like it's normal.
But people eat it.
Sir, you tried it before?
If I tried before, no, I never tried yet.
Sir, why can't
This is
people
why
just
I
stick to
asked
the
him.
regular meat and stop
Exactly. Oh,
exploring?
pigs. Guinea pigs are pets.
But people eat it.
Sir, I understand if the Tainos and the indigenous people eat it because they never have a choice. But new meats are there so they can find something else to eat. Why not guinea pigs?
People do it. People cook it. What about the iguana? You don't see people eat the iguana.
Sir,
Sir, that different.
The
exactly.
iguana is different.
Sir,
Yeah.
you gotta look for one guinea pig and say, oh, let me try to put this and taste how it tastes.
Sir, and to an iguana is a reptile.
Oh God. Well, it is a reptile, but people still eat the iguana.
Yeah, and people eat alligator and crocodile too, so that normal.
Especially now with the rain that happened. I hear a lot of people in Clarendon is eating the crocodile. And I hear that it tastes like chicken.
Everything tastes like chicken.
Everything.
That's what they said. Rabbit tastes like chicken. Frog tastes like chicken. Everything. They're like, oh, since it's a different meat, kind of going to say, okay, it tastes like chicken, so let me go and try it.
Yes, some girls from my grade 13, they say that they have had the rabbits and the rabbit tastes good. They say it's one of their favorite meat.
So it tastes good for you, especially
So,
dry
oh yeah,
rabbits.
behave like you never eat rabbit before.
So we not be able, we never eat it without the
Yeah,
guinea
rabbit
pig.
tastes good for real.
How much honey in here eat rabbit? Let us see the show of hands. All of you have had rabbits before. So it's just 3 persons. Well, out of the class of what, 30? That's
There, somebody said
The frog.
she ate frog.
who who have ever had the frog before?
Not go so far.
Ah,
Gabriel, you had frog before?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I heard that it's very stretchy.
Okay. All right. So, all right, ladies. So let us look at some. Let us see if in the chat. All right. Let us look at some. So not only animals and plants were transferred, but also diseases. Diseases from the old
Sir,
world. Go ahead.
sir, is it true that rabbits and guinea pigs are regular eating in Jamaica?
I am not sure if I know rabbits, a lot of people eat rabbits here, but I'm not sure about the guinea pig. If you find out about it, tell me.
Okay, sir.
Go and do your investigation. Ask your parents if people eat it. Do some investigation and let us know.
Guinea pigs. They do eat them.
They eat the guinea pig.
Yes, sir, because my grandfather said that Jamaicans regularly eat guinea pigs and rabbits.
Okay. All right. And the
Can you please read
American.
the chat?
All right, ladies, let us look at the diseases, please, from the old world to the new world. Somebody, I'm asking someone to read for me, please.
Old World Europe to New World Americas. Disease: measles, chickenpox, smallpox, yellow fever, malaria, influenza, otherwise known as the flu, common cold.
Which group has given us a lot of problem when it comes to diseases?
The Europeans.
The Europe. If you look at Europe, look, chicken pox, smallpox, yellow fever, malaria, flu, the common cold. All these different stuff came from the old world to the new world. In fact, syphilis is something that came from the old world to the new world. It's not a new world disease, it's a European that brought syphilis here. All right. Some other from the new world to the old world. Somebody read that for me, please. Nobody is going to read. So from the old world, from the new world to the old, we have hepatitis, polio, tuberculosis. That is what they say. No, so one thing we know, ladies, is that for the Columbian Exchange, there is quite a lot of things that have been transferred. It is not only from Europe, but from Africa, Asia, any part of the, what you call it now, any part of the America, the Eastern Hemisphere, right? So some of the nice things that I believe that they have carried from Europe, Africa, Asia to the Americas, citrus, things like oranges, lime, onion, olive, coffee bean, sugarcane, banana, honey bee, sheep, pig, all of these different stuff they would have carried. But the Americas would have contributed to this part, to tomato, potato, peanut, cassava, avocado, which in Jamaica we call it pear, turkey. Turkey is something that is very popular in Europe today. Is an animal that they got from the New World, turkey. Most of you like to eat turkey sandwich. When I go to the canteen, the turkey sandwich is finished because they go with the turkey sandwich. As the lady put out the turkey sandwich with cheese, most of you gone with the turkey sandwich. Pineapple, which is one of my favorite. And pumpkin. Pumpkin is good to make soup. And so, ladies, these are some of the exchanges that would have happened. All of this, the Columbian Exchange, the exchange when it comes to plant, animal, diseases from the old world to the new world, and from the new world to the old world. All right, ladies, we are going to now look at the effect, some of the effects of the Columbian Exchange. And I'm going to ask someone to read this for me, please. If we don't have a reader, just tell me so I can just finish the class and just move along.
What was the effect of the Columbian Exchange? A. Both hemispheres were introduced to new foods and animals that changed entire societies. B. Potatoes and corn became major food sources for Europeans, allowing populations to increase greatly. C. The introduction of pigs, cows, and horses gave new food sources, and new animals for the Native Americans to use.
Thank you very much. Another student, please.
What was the effect of the Columbian Exchange? D. The diseases of the Europeans brought with them killed up to 90% of the Native Americans in the New World. European conquest of the Native Americans was made easy by the effect disease had on the natives. E. The Native Americans had never been exposed to these diseases, so their bodies could not fight them. Europeans had lived with these diseases for thousands of years and were not as likely to die from them.
Thank you very much. And there's one historian, some historian has argued that one of the reasons why a lot of the indigenous people died was because of the European diseases, the diseases that the European brought. No, that is what they argued. Others would have argued other points, but one of the main things is that they said 90% of the indigenous people died as a result of the diseases. So we know for sure that the diseases had a severe impact on the indigenous peoples.
Excuse
All
me, sir.
right, go ahead.
Sir, I read in a book that some of the Tainos, they'd kill their children and commit suicide. They'd also like run up into the mountains and they'd like die of hunger. And
Yes.
because of the diseases that did kill them, and also because of the encomienda system, they were unfairly treated, and the work labor kind of killed them off as well.
Very good. Very, very good reading, because for tomorrow's class, we're going to look at that for tomorrow's class. Tomorrow, we're going to look at the encomienda system and its impact on the indigenous peoples. All right. I'm going to ask someone, thank you very much for that point. Someone please read this for me, please. Someone read this PowerPoint for me, this slide.
Mercantilism theory.
It's because of the words, you know, can't pronounce some of the words, them are afraid to read it. You don't have to be ashamed. Go ahead for me.
Oh, say it over.
Yeah, you're correct. It's the correct pronunciation.
Mercantilism theory, where a country's power depends on wealth. Example: more money equals more power. Balance of trade, exports versus imports.
Next week, we're going to learn more about the Spanish mercantilism. And this is where the Spanish is going to control trade in the Americas. And so what they're going to do is that they want to transfer all of the goods from the Americas to other parts of the world. And so they are going to control trade. Yes, they are going to control trade. And they are not going to want any other European country to get involved in the trade. They want to make all the wealth for themselves. And so one example, one effect of the Columbian Exchange is the system of mercantilism that would have emerged. All right. Another is that as a result of the system of mercantilism, colonies exported raw materials to Europe, and Europe is going to convert those raw materials into other products, and they're going to send it back to the region or to the Americas. All right. Another effect of European colonization is that Europe is going to change the environment of the Caribbean, not only the Caribbean, but the entire Americas, because they are going to set up settlements right across the Caribbean. Most of them are going to settle along the coast. Yes, they are not going to go deep inland and set up settlement, although some would have, but most of the settlements are going to be inland, sorry, on the coastal area. And also, ladies, they are going to change how the land is used. Because remember that the Europeans, not the Europeans, the indigenous people would have used the lands for just small farming. Now they are going to bring their cattle ranches here in the region. They are going to establish mines. They are going to have very large sugar plantations, tobacco, cocoa, all of these different plantations they are going to establish. They are going to bring the sugar from the old world to the new world. And they are going to plant that sugar and export that sugar back to the new world. Same thing with the with things like cocoa and coffee and tobacco. All these different goods are going to change how the land is used. And another effect on the environment is that they are going to create towns. So you are going to see a lot of streets, paved streets, European churches, ports, trading centers. All of these things are going to transform the space. So what you're going to have is like a mini Europe in the Caribbean. So most of you, if you're familiar with Spanish Town, you realize that Spanish Town, the buildings look very much like some parts of Spain. You go to some part of downtown, it's the same thing. It look like some parts of Europe, because they are going to transfer their buildings and they are going to use those buildings in the Caribbean and also the Americas. So we know for sure, ladies, what was the Columbian Exchange? What was the Columbian Exchange?
The transfer of goods, foods, diseases, etc.
One more thing.
From the old world to the new world.
All right, not from the old world, but the transfer between the old world and the new world, because you have goods leaving from the old to the new and from the new to the old. Always remember, ladies, that when you are talking about the Columbian Exchange, use the concept of Western Hemisphere and Eastern Hemisphere, because Eastern, when you use the word Eastern Hemisphere and Western Hemisphere, you show the examiner that you know what you're talking about. All right, ladies?
Yes,
I'm going
sir.
to, I believe I uploaded this PowerPoint presentation already. Please, to go read, make notes from the PowerPoint, and you have a quiz to do in the Google Classroom. So go ahead and do the quiz. You have some few more minutes, and so you can start the quiz today, but ensure that by the end of the week, the quiz is in. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you, sir, and same to you.
All right, adios.
Excuse me, sir.
Go
Bye,
ahead
sir.
for me.
My group was supposed to present for the PowerPoint. We didn't get to.
Oh, yes, you can go ahead. Go ahead with your presentation.
Okay, sir.
I'm going to allow you to share screen. So I'm going to stop share. and you can share screen and do your presentation.
Or do we leave the person that are not in the group or we stay to here?
No, the others they can stay because they were at your presentation. It's not going to take long. Go ahead for me, please.
Sir, Renee will be reading.
Prince Henry and the process of exploration. Okay. Henry the Navigator, born 1394, died 1460. Prince Henry the Navigator was a Portuguese explorer, soldier, and prince. Although Prince Henry rarely participated in explorations, he sent many expeditions from Portugal to the west coast of Africa, and was responsible for Portugal's influence in the Great Age of Exploration. Because of Prince Henry, Portuguese explorers were the first to sail to Africa's Gambia River. Process of exploration. Prince Henry sponsored explorations that accomplished much for Portugal. His expedition succeeded in mapping much of the west coast of Africa. They also succeeded in spreading Christianity, defeating Muslims, enemies of the Portuguese at the time, and establishing new trade routes. Prince Henry's primary motivation, however, for exploring the west coast of Africa was to see how far Muslim lands extended to the south, to defeat them, and to find the legendary Christian empire of the priest King Prester John, who didn't actually exist. In 1419, Prince Henry started the first school of navigation at Sagres, Portugal. The goal of the school was to train people in navigation, map making, and science to prepare them to sail around the west coast of Africa. Sir? Sir,
Yes, go ahead.
I don't know if Rihanna would want to read this slide.
Rihanna, could you read the slide and help out your group member, please?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Legacy of Prince Henry's School of Navigation. Prince Henry's School of Navigation resulted in a breakthrough for Portuguese navigation. Before Prince Henry, sailors and navigators refused to sail toward Africa. They were scared of sea monsters and boiling water near the equator. In fact, no sailor had ever sailed into the Sea of Darkness, which the Portuguese considered to be any part of the ocean south of 27 degrees north latitude, about Cape Bogador. Prince Henry's school sent 14 expeditions into the Sea of Darkness. Prince Henry himself even convinced some explorers to go further south. Prince Henry's influence was the first step in finding the vaunted sea route to the Indies.
Sir,
All right.
Sir, that's
Excellent presentation. And I love the slide. I see that you guys would have put a lot of work in it. Keep up the good work, ladies. And always remember to share the presentation with the other members of your class because you will get it on the exam in February. All right. Ladies, enjoy the
yes,
rest of
sir.
the day.
Thank you, sir.
Very good presentation.
Have
Excuse
a
me,
good
sir.
day, sir.
Same to you.
Excuse me, sir.
Go ahead.
The other people in the different groups should send everyone's presentation, as in whosoever did their presentation, just send it to the WhatsApp group or send it to the group.
Yes, they could send it to the WhatsApp group
Okay,
that
sir. Thank you.
everybody could have the presentation.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Thank you.
Yes?
did you read the private chat?
That one of the students, you said had internet problem?
Yes.
Yes, I did. Thanks
Oh,
much.
okay. All right. Have a good day.
Yes.